Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today's video I'm going to be going over the new Fenty Beauty products. So I have the new Pro Filter concealers right here and the new setting powder. I'm super excited to try these products out for you guys, share my first impressions, and kind of just give you an overall idea of what these products are, how they look on my skin, and kind of give you guys a little insight if you guys are interested. As I always mention when I do review and first impression videos with new products, I always like to mention that these products may or may not work on my skin, but if they do or do not, they may or may not work on yours. So it's definitely something that you will have to try out at the end of the day. What's nice, if going into a store, you can definitely try these products on before purchasing, and if you do purchase it and you don't like it, you can always return it. So that's how I go about things. But we're gonna jump right into the video. I'm gonna go over the new products and we're gonna see if they are worth the hype. So I already have foundation on my skin. I already did that when I did my eyes and my brows. So I'm just gonna let you guys know I am wearing the FRANKIE Rose Matte Perfection Foundation in Oatmeal Blend. I will link everything in the description box of products that I used on my face, including brows, eyes, and everything, so you guys know. So the Pro Filter concealers are pretty much like the baby of Pro Filter foundation, which I have right here. If you heard like a weird noise in the background, it was my bathroom fan on, and it just clicked with me that it was on, and it's very annoying. So I apologize. And then on the back of the concealer, there's just gonna be the name of it, Instant Retouch Concealer, 0.27 fluid ounces. On here on the box, it does say Instant Photo Soft Coverage for all, long wear, light as air, crease proof. And then all the ingredients right here. This concealer here retails for $26 US. So as far as the price point, it is pretty reasonable compared to like the NARS Radiant Creamy Concealer, which is for $30. Like I said, this is $26. It is up there. It's not going to be like a drugstore price range. So this is what the applicator looks like. It's kind of like a flat wand applicator, which I personally like. I am also going to cream contour. I do have the matchsticks that she has with her line, but I did want to see how the concealer would work as a bronzer slash contour. So whenever I try out new products, especially when it comes to complexion, I love to try brushes and sponges and just try to figure out which tool I personally like when it comes to the application process for this particular product. So I'm going to do the brush on this side and sponge on this side. Here is the swatch of 190, and this is what it looks like when freshly swatched. Take this concealer and pretty much just do my normal. I'm not going to do my nose yet. I just want to kind of do the under eye and show you guys what it's all about. Now I didn't purchase her concealer brush in store, but I do have her foundation brush, which I think I'll go in with then. But to kind of just place this product and kind of move it around a little bit, I'm going to be using my La Mercier Camouflage Flat brush. So here we go. So instantly I'm noticing high coverage and it's super creamy. Now, I don't know if you guys can tell what I'm doing, but I am pressing product into the skin. I'm not so much wiping. I want to build that coverage and see what I'm working with. And even when I was swatching the product in store, I could tell it was very thick. But I will say off the bat, the coverage is very intense. So I'm just going to take my Fenty 110 foundation brush and I'm going to just press over top. I'm not wiping the concealer. I am just really making sure I'm pressing that product into the skin and building that coverage. Because like I always mention, if you start wiping and kind of going like that, you're going to shear out all that product. All right, so before I go any further, I do want to say it does give nice coverage. Even though I said it was a thick consistency, it's not cakey and it doesn't feel like I'm wearing a lot. It's not setting into my pores. I didn't use any primer. I just literally went in with my foundation. So I'm actually quite shocked because sometimes a lot of products tend to show the pores. Now for this side, we're going to use a sponge, a damp sponge. So we're just going to go in. I'm going to put pretty much the same coverage that I did on this side. And I'm just using my Huda sponge. So taking a look at this, it does blend pretty well. And taking a look at that, once again, it's not setting into the pores. The color is not bad. It is a little bright, but it's nothing like dramatic where I couldn't wear it. I definitely feel like if I wanted more of like an everyday something just to kind of spot treat, put a little bit under the eyes to kind of make myself look awake, I might go a couple shades, 1 or 2 shades up. Actually, I think I like the sponge side more than the brush. Maybe I sheared it down too much with the brush. That could be the issue. Now, like I mentioned with the shade range, there's so many shades. My best advice if you were to go into a store is don't go swatching swatching all 50 shades unless that's what you want to do and take up time. But I will say maybe pick like 3 or 4 shades that you may think might be in your shade range of concealers and kind of go from there, because when I got to the store I was literally swatching like 15 shades and it got overwhelming. I'm just going to go in and finish off the rest of like the highlighting and brightening of the face. Usually for this step I'll just take that foundation brush. I am so shocked at this concealer. I'm hoping it doesn't oxidize, but I don't think I should have a big issue since I did go lighter with the shade. What I also do like is I do have move time with the concealer, so it doesn't dry down immediately. But this is definitely a concealer I would definitely highly recommend setting with powder, but we'll get into all of that. So next I'm going to go in and contour and kind of bronze the face with shade 380. So on top that is shade 380. It's definitely more in the warmer tone. 370 was like neutral warm, so it's kind of perfect, but I got away with a shade right here. Now this is optional. I personally love cream contouring, cream anything, and then setting with the powder. I'm just going to take that foundation brush and I'm doing pressing motions at first to kind of just place the product and then just pressing everything in. So like I said, you don't need a lot of product with these. Use a sponge if you like doing that instead of a brush for the cream part. So I must say my skin, I'm actually loving my skin. I love when the makeup looks like skin. You don't feel like you have a lot on, and I really don't feel like I have a lot on. So we are going to jump right into the powder. I'm going to set the areas and then kind of wrap up the video and give you guys my final impression. Now going in with her Pro Filt'R Instant Retouch Setting Powder. I got the shade Banana. I was going to go with the light one. This is considered medium, but I didn't like how super white it looked. So looking at the packaging, it's definitely different as far as like the shape, but it does hold very similar to other translucent powders as far as it being in this. I don't know how else you would put a loose setting powder in. So I'm gonna go in with my sponge with the powder. I usually like doing this, but if you wanted to use a brush, definitely go ahead. Now I get really oily in the center of my face, so that's kind of why I am setting in those areas. I will say it definitely like absorbs that shine. So I know I wasn't recording prior to doing this, but I did go back in with the concealer brush and kind of just smoothed out the under eyes by pressing in the product a little bit more and just making sure everything was set before I went in and actually set it. So looking at the translucent setting powder, it retails for $32 US. If you think about it, Laura Mercier's translucent setting powder is $39, so it's kind of up there. A little bit of a lower price point. You're saving yourself a few bucks. Has multiple shade ranges, which is also nice. I do want to mention on the box, it doesn't say that it's a matte setting powder. I saw that online actually. On the box, on the back here, it says light as air, setting photo soft finish for all. So now that I let that set for a little bit, I'm just going to go in with that foundation brush and kind of just wipe away that powder. And when I wipe away that powder, I'm just going to kind of take the powder and like set it elsewhere. So let's see how this looks. It definitely mattes out. There's like no shininess from that concealer, if you guys remember what it looked like. It hasn't altered the concealer at all, which I'm happy about, because sometimes when you do set your concealer, its true colors definitely come out, if you guys know what I'm talking about. Like, you can definitely know if you've dealt with a bad concealer that doesn't look good on you and you tried everything, you'll kind of know instantly, especially when you set it. I mean, like, look how matte that made me. I will say that setting powder did add some color back up into the under eyes, since I was a little worried that it was going to be too bright. So looking under the eyes, we're just naturally all going to have slight creasing, but I'm not noticing anything excessive or like, oh my god, I need to go in and like help that out. I think I have a new favorite complexion routine. All right, you guys, so I went in and bronze, added some blush, contoured my nose and added some highlight, and of course some gloss. So just taking a look in the mirror, I am actually quite shocked at how everything looks. And I'm not just saying this because, you know, I'm trying to sell a product. This is just my personal opinion and how it looks right now on the skin. Tomorrow I am definitely going to wear it out and see how it wears throughout the day. It's currently like 9-10 at night, so it's a little late. I'm not going anywhere. But up close and personal, I have my mirror right here. Like I said, I have no primer on and nothing has settled into my pores. It looks like skin, because if you guys remember, I didn't put a lot of foundation on, so a lot of what you're seeing as like coverage and the elimination, except for like my freckle here, but the elimination of my freckles and stuff is from the concealer and the setting powder. We're gonna test it and see how it looks with the power of a flash. So we're about to see. So I usually take my pictures on my iPhone 7 Plus. So what I'm going to do is insert the picture here. Literally, it's no edits. I tried showing it on my camera and it's not really like picking up on the photo itself. As you guys can see, no flash. That's not retouched or anything. No type of filter on the skin. And you guys know iPhone cameras pick up on everything. So with the flash, no flashback, which I'm actually quite shocked with. All right, you guys. So I just want to kind of wrap up this video. I personally, at the moment, do love the products. I will say as far as the shade ranges, like I said, there's so many shades. So don't overwhelm yourself when you go into store. I will say what my shade, what I thought it would be, definitely wasn't it. So definitely swatch. I would say if you were to order online, you might have difficulty like picking a shade because I feel like the photos really don't do justice for how intense of a pigment these concealers are. So that's my input. I really hope you guys enjoyed today's video. If you guys are new to my channel, my name is Amber. I love making these videos and I have a couple more on the way. So if you guys are new, make sure you guys are subscribed and make sure you share this video on all your social media platforms and make sure you guys follow me on social media, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye guys.